Imagine a world where every piece of knowledge vanishes the moment a person dies. No libraries, no books, no written records, just fragile memories passed from one tongue to another, constantly reshaped by time. That was the world before writing. A place where human culture was alive but vulnerable, where memory was both the greatest strength and the greatest weakness. Writing changed everything. It was humanity's first true memory upgrade. A way to store information outside of the human brain, permanently, across space and across time. From clay tablets in Mesopotamia to the digital text on your phone. Writing transformed us from storytellers around the fire into architects of civilization. This is the story of writing, its inventors, its evolution, and what it means for our future. Welcome to Singularity Animations, where we bring history, science, and imagination to life through captivating stories. Step into worlds where knowledge meets creativity. The first systems of writing appeared over 5,000 years ago, and like many great human innovations, they arose not from a single genius, but from necessity. Sumerians of Mesopotamia were among the first to record information. Around 3100 BCE, they developed cuneiform, pressing wedge-shaped symbols into clay tablets. At first, these marks were not about poetry or philosophy, but something more practical. Accounting, merchants, farmers, and temple administrators needed to track grain, livestock, and trade. A scratched mark on a tablet meant 10 sheep. Another symbol meant 1 jar of oil. One of the earliest surviving examples is the Kish Tablet C. 3500 BCE. A fragment inscribed with... It's a humble artifact, yet it represents the dawn of written communication. Almost simultaneously, ancient Egypt developed hieroglyphics around 3100 BCE. Egyptian scribes, revered as keepers of knowledge, combined pictorial symbols and phonetic signs. Writing was sacred, connected to Thoth, the god of wisdom. It wasn't just a tool for trade, it became a medium for religion, politics, and art. Across the ocean, civilizations also invented their own systems. The Indus Valley civilization created symbols carved into seals. See, though undeciphered, they suggest a sophisticated system of communication. In China, the earliest confirmed writing is found on oracle bones. C. 1200 BC. Used during the Shang dynasty, priests inscribed questions for the gods onto turtle shells and ox bones, then interpreted the cracks formed when heated. These inscriptions later evolved into Chinese characters, one of the oldest continuous writing systems still in use today. What's striking is that writing was not discovered once and spread, but invented independently at least 4 times in Mesopotamia, Egypt, China, and in Mesoamerica. The Maya script emerged around 300 BCE. It combined logogram symbols representing words and syllabic signs. Maya scribes recorded astronomy, history, and rituals on stone, stele, and bark paper codices. These diverse origins highlight a deep truth. Human societies need memory beyond the brain. Many ancient scripts would have remained mysteries if not for linguists and archaeologists who devoted their lives to unlocking them. Gohurk Friedrich Grotfen, 1775 a 1853, was one of the first to make progress in deciphering cuneiform. Though not a trained linguist, his passion led him to identify the names of Persian kings in Old Persian inscriptions. Henry Rawlinson, 1810 to 1895, a British officer, took Grotfen's work further. He painstakingly copied and studied the Behistun inscription, a trilingual carving in Old Persian, Elamite, and Babylonian. His work cracked the code of cuneiform, opening the vast library of Mesopotamian history to the modern world. For Egyptian hieroglyphics, the breakthrough came from the Rosetta Stone, discovered in 1799. This slab had the same text written in Greek, Demotic, and hieroglyphic script. Jean-françois, Champollion 1790 a 1832. A French scholar used his knowledge of Greek and Coptic to finally decipher hieroglyphics in 1822. His discovery revealed the voices of pharaohs and priests. In Mesoamerica, researchers like Yuri Norazov, 1922 to 1999, a Russian linguist, played a key role in decoding Maya glyphs. Against skepticism, Norazov argued that the symbols represented both sounds and words. His theories, later proven correct, unlocked centuries of Maya astronomy and history. These decipherers were memory stores, reconnecting us to civilizations whose words had been buried for millennia. To call writing an invention is accurate, but perhaps not enough. Writing is also a technology, an external tool for thought. The philosopher Walter J. Ong described writing as a technology of the word. It transformed not just how we communicated, but how we thought. Oral cultures relied on rhythm, repetition, and memory tricks to preserve knowledge. Writing freed us from those constraints. It allowed abstraction, analysis, and cumulative growth. Think about mathematics. Without writing, you couldn't stack equations, test theorems, or transmit complex proofs. Writing didn't just record memory, it expanded human intelligence. Marshall McLuhan, the media theorists, once said, "The medium is the message." Writing as a medium reshaped human consciousness. It created the possibility of history, science, philosophy, and law. From the very beginning, writing was tied to power and control. In Mesopotamia, scribes were elite professionals. Their ability to record trade and law gave them influence. The Code of Hammurabi c. 1754 BCE, one of the earliest legal codes, was carved in stone. Writing gave law permanence. In Egypt, scribes documented taxes, decrees, and religious texts. The pharaoh's word could reach across hundreds of miles because of hieroglyphics on monuments and papyrus. In China, the bureaucratic system thrived on written records. The invention of paper by Si Lun in 105 CE revolutionized administration, spreading literacy and record-keeping across the empire. In medieval Europe, monasteries preserved knowledge through careful copying of manuscripts. Control over literacy meant control over knowledge, and by extension, power. Writing was never neutral. It was both liberation and limitation. It gave rise to empires, religions, and revolutions. Before writing, memory was biological, limited to human capacity. After writing, memory became externalized. Think of writing as humanity's first cloud storage system. Knowledge could survive generations, unbound by fragile human memory. The ancient Greek philosopher Plato, in his dialogue Phaedrus, expressed skepticism about writing. He feared it would weaken human memory, making people rely too much on external records instead of true understanding. In a sense, he was right. Literacy changes how memory works, but he underestimated the new possibilities it opened. With writing, humans could build cumulative knowledge. Each generation didn't have to start from scratch. This cumulative growth led to science, technology, and eventually, the modern world. Today, we rarely think of typing an email or sending a text as writing. Yet the digital world is the direct descendant of clay tablets. Each keystroke is a wedge mark in a new medium. Ancient clay, papyrus, paper, printing, press, digital screen. Every leap extended our memory, accessibility, and reach. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg c. 1440 democratized writing, breaking the monopoly of scribes and monasteries. The digital revolution multiplied that by billions. Now, we write not only for permanence, but also for instant transmission. Tweets, posts, and messages fly across the globe faster than a scribe could sharpen his reed stylus. Writing is no longer just memory. It is global conversation. What if writing was never discovered? Imagine the counterfactual. A world without writing, knowledge transmission. Civilization would depend solely on oral traditions. Stories, laws, and science would survive only if memorized. Complexity beyond a certain point would collapse. No advanced mathematics, no large-scale history, no detailed scientific method. Empires, large states, would be impossible to manage. Without records, taxation, and decrees. Governance beyond small tribes would fail. Humanity might remain at the level of chiefdoms, never reaching religion and philosophy. Scriptures, philosophies, and ideas that shaped humanity. From the Bible, Quran, and Vedas, to Aristotle and Confucius, would vanish without a trace once their speakers died. Science and technology. No formulas, no diagrams, no cumulative theories. Each discovery would die with its discoverer. The wheel may be reinvented countless times, but electricity, spaceflight, or medicine as we know it would never exist. Modern world. Without writing, there would be no contracts, no internet, no books, no law codes. Humanity would be trapped in a perpetual present, unable to build upon the past. In short, without writing, civilization itself would not exist. Humanity might remain brilliant storytellers, but never builders of vast knowledge. Writing was the first memory upgrade. The leap that let us store thought outside the brain, across space and time. It emerged not from a single hand, but from many civilizations, each solving the same problem in their own way. From the Sumerian scribes pressing cuneiform into clay, to the digital notes on your phone, writing is the invisible thread, connecting past and present. If fire gave us warmth, and the wheel gave us movement, then writing gave us civilization. Without it, we would be clever animals with fragile memories. With it, we became humanity, the species that remembers.